Tonight, a pumpkin carving event hoping to raise awareness for people in need. Find out where you could use your Halloween spirit for good.
Plus, Syracuse University is kicking off a celebration of Native American Heritage Month. Find out how you can support indigenous communities in a few moments.
And tech giant Micron has made its first hire in Central New York. How that is going to actually happen here. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Halloween is today, and you can celebrate and raise money for a good cause tonight. Happy Halloween. I'm John Perik.
And I'm Josh Meyers. The carving event is raising money for women in need.
And today on Halloween, one student organization is raising awareness for people in need with a pumpkin carving event. CitrusTV reporter Peyton Spellisey tells us how students can channel their power for good by carving pumpkins.
304, where we are getting geared up to carve some pumpkins. It might not look like it right now, but tonight at 7 p.m. we have the Lambda Pi Chi Sorority Incorporated, who's going to be here with other Greek organizations to have a pumpkin carving competition, and it's all for a good cause. And here, joined with me today to talk a little bit more about it, is the Secretary, Sam Alcala, for the Lambda Pi Chi Sorority. Sam, can you tell us a little bit more about who the proceeds are going to tonight?
So the proceeds tonight are going to Vera House, which is an organization that helps to prevent and to aim to help end domestic violence.
And can you say why your sorority specifically chose this one organization?
So we've been doing this charity event since 2017, so it's been ongoing for a while. But one of our three ideals is the community, so we want to be able to give back to our community. And so we decided to stick to Vera House because they are a domestic violence awareness organization. And our event always is in October, so we decided to just continue it and make it go with raising domestic violence awareness.
Yes, and can you tell the people at home how they can participate and what they can expect tonight if they come at 7?
So it is a $5 entrance fee to enter, and you get a pumpkin, and then we have carving tools, anything to get ready to be able to carve some pumpkins, and then anyone could do whatever design they want, and then at the end we're going to pick 2 winners. It just is going to be based off of the design, whoever has the most cute looking pumpkin, if it's good, and then those 2 winners will win gift cards.
Have you ever carved a pumpkin during this competition, or have you just been a judge?
No, I actually did carve a pumpkin last year at this very event. I did not win, sadly, but it was a very fun event. It was really nice to see everyone show up.
Yeah, well, Sam, hopefully you get to carve a pumpkin this year, and hopefully you'll maybe win. But the clock is ticking. Halloween is almost out the door, so get your last-minute spooky celebration here at Shine Center, room 304A, for your last-minute celebration, as well as to give back to the community. I'm here at the Shine Center. Back to you guys.
And that's our executive producer, Peyton Spellisey, running double duty for us tonight. Peyton, thank you. And in the classroom, a Falk professor has been honored with the President's Volunteer Service Award. Kinesiology professor Jun Young Kim has been recognized for his patient-oriented clinical research of pediatric obesity and type 2 diabetes. Kim is being honored at the award's silver level after dedicating more than 250 hours to the International Organization for Health, Sports, and Kinesiology.
And today may be a day of tricks and treats, but tomorrow is All Saints Day. Hendricks Chapel at SU is hosting a Catholic Mass at 11:45 in the morning to commemorate the Solemnity of All Saints. The Catholic tradition is observed every year on November 2nd and recognizes those who have died in our community. And now members can honor lost loved ones by writing their names in a book of remembrance near the church altar. People can also submit names via a digital form.
The university this weekend announcing they will invest nearly $1 million in employee benefits. Syracuse's recent investment means employee benefits will increase by around 5%. Family coverage will increase by just under 8%. The university's plan to overcome a rise in healthcare costs comes amid inflation-related challenges. The university says they hope this plan provides the necessary immediate support to its staff.
And SU is honoring local first responders with a new tuition grant program. Liz Green and the College of Professional Studies are offering tuition discounts to firefighters and police officers. First responders are eligible for up to 89% off the full-time tuition rate. All New York first responders with undergraduate degrees are also eligible to apply.
And tomorrow is November. That means it's the first day of Native Heritage Month. Syracuse University's Multicultural Affairs is hosting a series of events to celebrate. The month commemorates rich and diverse cultures, traditions, and histories. They will be partnering with campus departments and student organizations to put on events throughout the entire month. The first event on Wednesday with an Indigenous awareness discussion. Now, John, let's talk a little bit about the weather tonight. I mean, it has been very warm, but I think it's going to keep getting colder. Like I just said, tomorrow is November already, and you know what November means. You might get some snow.
Well, yeah, you might get some snow, but I was actually talking to one of my professors today, and he said he remembers when it would snow on Halloween and his kids would have to trick or treat with some snow pants on. So at least it's not snowing today, but you are right. The snow is right around the corner. Ronnie, please tell me I'm not going to have to get those snow pants out anytime soon.
Well, John, yes, I am happy to report that there is no snow in the forecast tonight for Halloween or anywhere around central New York in the near future. As a matter of fact, we're seeing temperatures that are around 60 degrees right now, which is much warmer than average for late October going into November. And it's going to be a great night if you want to head out and trick or treat. Halloween night forecast tonight, temperatures going through the 50s, not really falling too much. Again, you might, want to grab a jacket, but really it's not going to be anything freezing. And falling to a low of about 46 degrees. So we might deal with a little spot shower. If you want to maybe grab a hat, maybe something to protect your head from the rain, but really nothing too bad. If you're headed out tonight, again, just going to be a great Halloween night, very typical of late October. So grab your Kit Kats, your Snickers, whatever your favorite candy is. Mine's a Kit Kat bar. But whatever you please, it is going to be a great night to do that and eat some of that. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Ronnie Perillo, always going above and beyond with those weather slides. Ronnie, thank you. Micron Technology has hired its first employee in Central New York. 30-year-old Savion Pollard joins the tech giant as an electrical engineer. Pollard has worked with the Navy as a nuclear submarine engineer. Pollard is connected to Syracuse Vice Chancellor J. Michael Haney, who leads SU's DNL Institute for Veterans and Military Families. Micron plans to hire more than 1,500 veterans by working with Haney's program.
And a local hospital may not have the capacity to continue heart surgeries. SUNY Upstate University Hospital says they don't do enough heart procedures to meet federal requirements. The hospital is working on a merger with Crouse Hospital in order to remain Central New York's lone level 1 trauma center.
It's flu season here in New York, and Central New York residents can get free flu shots and COVID boosters all day tomorrow. Syracuse-based Draco's Clinical Laboratories will offer free immunizations tomorrow from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. in East Syracuse. Only 100 patients can receive care, and those interested must register on site or the company's website. Company founder Heather Drake says the program hopes to limit long waits in emergency rooms.
And the Great Northern Mall is closing up shop. The mall manager informing tenants that all leases will be terminated prior to the mall's closure on November 20th. This news comes as the mall has struggled with infrastructure problems. Mall ownership has been cited 14 times for maintenance and safety issues.
And the midterms are right around the corner, and absentee ballot counting is already underway in Onondaga County. This process starting as a result of a new state law that permits election commissioners to open and scan ballots that arrive early. Republican Party officials have sued the state on the grounds that the new law fails to protect voter integrity. Around 5,600 absentee ballots have been opened as of today.
And an upstate New York elementary school vandalized with racist graffiti. North Colony Central School District has released a statement Sunday condemning the spraying of racial slurs and, quote, deplorable images on property. The school says the community cannot ignore the fact that the attack took place at a school led by a black male principal. Police are investigating the incident.
Still ahead at 6, the latest on the attack against House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband and information on the suspect.
Also on News Live at 6, questions of race and diversity in education are going to the Supreme Court. Which schools are fighting for affirmative action? Don't go anywhere.
OTN is on all your favorite apps: Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Search Orange Television Network or OTN. OTN has its best shows, short films, and Citrus TV on demand. Family and friends can watch OTN too. Watch the live stream of OTN to catch live Citrus TV news, live from Studio B and Mornings on the Hill. On or off campus, watch OTN anywhere.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in the weak ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. That one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn-on ones. The finger ones. The pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Now back to Citrus TV News live at 6 with Josh Meyers, John Perik, and Ronnie Perillo. Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
And new details today on the attack against Paul Pelosi. Suspect David DePape reportedly broke into Pelosi's San Francisco home carrying zip ties and a hammer. Law enforcement say the suspect also had a list of potential targets.
Now, new reports also say DePape made posts disputing the results of the 2020 election. He also reposted numerous QAnon-related conspiracy theories. San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins says she plans to file a slew of felony charges, including attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, burglary, and elder abuse. DePape is set to be arraigned tomorrow. Here's what Police Chief William Scott said Friday.
One time, and that's what we know. We also know, based on our investigation at this point, that this was not a random act. This was intentional.
And former President Barack Obama is back on the campaign trail, but this time he's fighting more than Democratic candidates. Obama telling more than 5,000 Atlanta voters, quote, "The basic foundation of our democracy is being called into question right now."
Obama making his first stop in Georgia, echoing support for incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock on Friday as stop one of a multi-state tour. The former president is calling for the 2022 midterms a referendum on democracy.
And the Supreme Court is hearing affirmative action cases related to race-conscious college admissions decisions today, coming from Harvard and UNC. The conservative-led Supreme Court spending just under 2 hours hearing arguments from 6 different lawyers.
The Supreme Court has upheld previous race-conscious admission programs for the past 2 decades. This time with 6-3 conservative majority, the court is considering removing race as a consideration for college admission.
And the latest in Brazil, the country has a new president this morning. Lula da Silva set to take office after defeating incumbent President Jair Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro is still yet to concede close to 24 hours after final results have been released.
This comes after a very controversial election. The election was decided via runoff.
And Iran is cracking down on protests stemming from the killing of 22-year-old Mohsa Umini. Over 1,000 Iranians face trial for their dissent against the Iranian government.
State media says protesters face charges of subversive actions. Protests first beginning on September 16th after Umini died in morality police custody. All this stems from Umini's decision not to wear a hijab.
And tragic news out of India this evening. 134 are dead after a bridge collapse in the state of Gujarat yesterday. An additional 177 people were pulled from the river.
Inspector General Asuk Yadav says police have created a special investigation team. 9 bridge managers are in police custody after the 143-year-old bridge fell. Local authorities have probed cases against the bridge management custody, including culpable homicide and attempted culpable homicide.
And the latest on the tragic news out of Seoul. South Korea today declaring a day of mourning to honor the 154 people killed in a crowd crush. This decision coming after a Halloween celebration took a deadly turn.
A survivor revealing people stood so close to each other that they couldn't even use their phones to report the tragedy. Survivors also reporting that many people began to slowly lose consciousness as the event carried on.
Well, temperatures very nice to finish out the week. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Well, welcome back to Citrus TV News Live at 6, and happy Halloween. It's just going to be a perfect night if you want to head out trick-or-treating. Other than a few spot showers earlier in the evening, it's going to be a great night here in central New York. But let's talk about daylight savings time, because the next time I talk to you, we will be in that period. So Sunday, November 6th, you're going to want to set your clocks back 1 hour. Actually, it's the last time we're going to be doing that in central New York, thanks to a bill passed a couple of months ago. So sunset today just happened 5:57 p.m., but a week from now, 4:49. So we're definitely going to be losing some daylight here in central New York, but we'll try to keep the forecast nice and sunny for you. So 5-day forecast looking like a treat, and I promise you I'm not tricking you when I tell you temperatures are going to be much higher than average. So our average high around this time of year in Syracuse and central New York out towards Buffalo is 55 degrees. Our lowest temperature that we're going to see, if you ignore Saturday, between now and then is 61 tomorrow. So really those feeling like spring, a few showers tomorrow, so it really is going to feel like a spring-like day. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, honestly, when I was making these slides, I was like, I don't know which day to pick for the pick of the week. They're all going to be beautiful, so if you can get outside and just enjoy. I know I keep saying like, oh, this could be the last of it, but this actually could be the last of it. It's almost November. High of 68 degrees on Friday. Saturday, we're going to get a little bit cooler, but it is November in Syracuse, 58 degrees. Showers, you're going to want to grab your raincoat. But the story for tomorrow, really nothing, too frightful. It's just going to be a pretty nice, fall day to stay inside. Nothing too special about tomorrow. All right, photo of the day. I was lucky enough to have my family up here this weekend for the Notre Dame game, and they actually came into the Citrus TV studio, so we took that 2 feet that way. Shout out to my mom and dad. I know they're watching, and I appreciate all their support. But, maybe SU fans were a little bit spooked by how the game went, but I still have faith in this team. Here to tell us more about that is Zach Letson in sports.
Well, hey, thanks, Ronnie. What a treat to have you on weather, as always. Hey, see what I did there? All right. Coming up on sports, we got another big-time matchup for you in the Dome on Saturday. A spooky Saturday for Syracuse football taking on Notre Dame, plus a busy slate for New York NFL teams and a World Series preview coming up after this.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Well, it was another major test for Syracuse football right here on the Hill on Saturday. Welcome into sports. I'm Zach Letson. SU off the heels of that gut-wrenching 27-21 loss to Clemson last Saturday, but hey, there's no time to sulk. Notre Dame coming to town, coming to the JMA Wireless Dome this past Saturday. The Orange looking to get back on track and move to 7-1 and, hey, maybe also beat the Irish for the first time in 14 years. Let's take a look at how it all went down inside the Dome on Saturday. First play from scrimmage of the entire game, Garrett Schrader. Oh, I think he'd want this one back. An interception. Brandon Joseph takes it all the way to the house, 29 yards, 7 seconds in. It's 7-0 Irish. Syracuse needed a response badly on the next drive, and hey, the good news, guys, they got one. That's Arande Gadsden from 13 yards out, but this Notre Dame offense, hot all day long, and they made it 21-7 right before the halftime break thanks to the score from Jaden Thomas. To the third quarter we go, and hey, you recognize that's a different man under center, Carlos Del Rio Wilson, but this time it's Sean Tucker taking it to the house to get SU back in the ball game. But SU without their starting quarterback and Garrett Schrader for the rest of this one, and what happens? SU has a chance to tie it, and Del Rio Wilson throws an interception tipped into the hands of Jason Adamilola to take it away. Notre Dame, well, it went from bad to worse, guys. A blocked punt. Notre Dame recovers it at the 2-yard line. They punch it in on the very next play. Audric Estime to make it 38-17 Irish. That was the icing on the cake on a dominant win for Notre Dame. Hey, on the flip side for the Orange, this was a real kick in the gut. Not just because of the ugly loss, but because you lose quarterback Garrett Schrader to an injury. And head coach Dino Babers talked about that decision to bench his starter in the second half.
Going to the Garrett Schrader thing once again, you know, Garrett was cleared to play, doctors, trainers. He had even participated in the practices, and watching him in the first half, I just did not feel like he had all of his tools with him. I'm going to always be in a situation where I'm going to try to protect our guys. Certain opponents he may have been able to play the entire game, but not against those cats.
Well, the decision for Dino Babers coming next week. Syracuse makes a trip to Pittsburgh. Will it be Carlos Del Rio Wilson? Will it be Garrett Schrader? The question on everybody's mind. But all right, we talked college. Let's stay here in upstate New York and head a little bit west to the NFL. The hottest team in the AFC, that would be the Buffalo Bills. Winners of 3 in a row coming into week 8 of the season, looking to make that 4 in a row in a primetime matchup last night with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur, hey, it's not been the season I think that Green Bay has wanted so far. A 3-4 start, and well, if you're a Packers fan, I got bad news for you. That's going to continue. Josh Allen on 3rd and 14 says, I'm going to do it myself. He takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. 2 plays later, there's Allen looking like he's going to run it again, and then at the very last second, he finds Dawson Knox. It's 7-0 Bills early on. Now, first play here in the second quarter, Josh Allen, look how easy he makes it look. Going to the end zone, and there's Stephon Diggs to make the catch down low. Now 14-7, here we are later in the second quarter, going to the end around. The speedster, Isaiah McKenzie, he takes it to the house. It's 27-17, and well, this game really just nothing going the way of the Packers. That one misses from 55 yards out, and Buffalo wins it by a final of 27-17. Well, they had a good day in sports, did the Buffalo Bills, but those Jets, well, not a great day. Buffalo stays hot, wins their 4th in a row. Buffalo now 6-1, but hey, on the other hand, we go to the Meadowlands where there's some sort of spooky, haunted Halloween curse on the Jets, and hey, you're reading that headline right. For the 13th straight time, New York fell to New England with a 22-17 loss on Sunday. And guys, this one was kind of like bitter, like when you look in your bag of candy and see a sour warhead in there. Jets were up a touchdown late in the second quarter, outscored 19-7 the rest of the way. And guys, not the day that Zach Wilson was hoping for. The second-year starter threw 3 picks and didn't even complete 50% of his passes. All right, to Philadelphia we go for Game 3 of the World Series. The Astros and the Phillies, 2 sides that split the first 2 games in Houston, but this is really a matchup of David and Goliath. Houston, the 1 seed in the American League. Philadelphia, the last team in the playoff bracket in the National League. And tonight it's Lance McCullers on the bump for the Astros, Noah Syndergaard for the Phillies. Guys, a big one on Halloween night between 2 teams. Which side can maybe take a 2-1 lead here tonight?
Well, it's a huge night tonight, but one of the big stories right now is the weather, and hopefully the weather in Philadelphia will stay clear. They will be able to play, and we're going to have one more look at our weather with Ronnie Perillo just after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, a cool start as we go into November here in central New York tomorrow. 52 degrees, warming up. Grab your raincoat for tomorrow. Guys, back over to you.
Well, Ronnie, thank you. And that's all the time we have for you today on Citrus TV News.
For more of the latest, follow us on Citrus TV News on Twitter or check out our website at citrustv.com.
From all of us here at Citrus TV News, I'm John Perik.
And I'm Josh Meyers. Happy Halloween. Please take care of yourself and each other. Good night.